What's up, everybody? What's going on? How's everyone doing this day? It's a fantastic day. Every day is a good day. If not, then make it one. I want to kind of share something I learned with y'all. Something I learned that was quite interesting for those who may be having this kind of similar thought pattern. And that's regarding our parents. You know what I'm saying? Our past generations. I don't know, for those who do not know, I'm 24, right? So I'm talking about those who came, my mother was born in 79, so preferably ones in the 60s, going back further than that. You know what I'm saying? Though that generation, our mothers and grandmothers, we're talking about them. You see, I've noticed kind of a pattern when it comes to that particular generation. And this doesn't apply for everyone, just putting that out there. Not everybody, but for a good majority, I've noticed a pattern of the just go to school, go to work, you know what I'm saying, typical lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They got that flat kind of lifestyle is what I kind of call it. Just that every day, just be normal. Let's put it out there, just be normal. There's nothing normal really too much about me, but I kind of learned why they kind of think that way because I was looking at an interview with Charlemagne the God from Breakfast Club, and he said something that just hit me. He was saying that that generation is the survived generation. Those are the ones who pretty much just said, okay, we may not have the bare minimum. Let's just make that, and then just let's just try to achieve that kind of level. That's the kind of ones that's just like, okay, cool. You got you a good job, you got you a good car, good. You know what I'm saying, good place to live. That's pretty much the baseline of it. That was gold in that kind of generation, that kind of era. Because for the most part, at least speaking on my particular family, they didn't have that kind of stuff kind of growing up. Not necessarily my mother, but my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? They had like just the typical basic necessities. A few extras like a car and stuff like that were just, out of this world type stuff. And that kind of mentality is something I've noticed with other parents too that I've spoken to, and other friends, you know what I'm saying, have the same kind of parents, the same similar kind of parents or whatever that was in that era. They just kind of like got the survive kind of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Just get you something to eat. That's cool. I'm saying blah, blah, that's okay. But our generation is more of like, okay, the things that our parents worked to provide us is what we started off with on a base level, And I think every person wants to achieve. Everybody has a sense of level up in them. Everybody wants to get something better. Because that's just how we are. You want your offspring to do better than what you have, than what you've done, for the most part. Most parents, I think, are kind of like that. Some people are a little bit of an exception or whatever, but that's pretty much our mentality nowadays. That's why I think we kind of look a little bit more rebellious, or we look a little bit more ungrateful than our parents and our people before us would say. We look a little bit more ungrateful because we already have the baseline stuff that was already the high achievable stuff that you worked to set out to get us. You know what I'm saying? We have what you started us out with. This is just what we know. So in turn, we want to continue to do better for ourselves, and then maybe for our kids or whatever along in the future and stuff like that. So we want to keep going, and we want to keep getting better as well. That's just our natural mentality. So I guess that kind of helps bridge the gap between, hey, because I kind of think like when you're doing good, keep going. I have that mentality of, okay, if I'm doing good on this, I'm going to keep going further and further and further until I can't go no more. That's just what I personally believe in. But the generation, like I said before, they are the ones who were the survive mentality. Let's just make it. Let's just, let's be okay. I want to be great. I don't know about anybody else. I want to be, serendipity. That's my goal. That's ultimately what I will achieve. Now, when it's coming down to my viewpoint of that generation versus the other one, I kind of just have a better understanding of how they were back in that kind of time period. I understand more now, simply just because of that quote, because I took that quote and I kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper, researching, blah, blah. And I guess that's kind of my whole thing I want to really kind of share. It's just hopefully that everybody else can kind of get that mentality too, because from what I've been seeing when it comes to my parents, because my own mom, I don't think she really believes that I'm going to make something out of this. This is my personal opinion. My grandmother, I can kind of say I know she don't think that I'm going to make something out of this, but I'm just going to let all this be a surprise at the end. But when it's coming down to our parents and stuff like that, maybe a bit of understanding can help that kind of situation, because I kind of view people with that kind of mindset as just like, okay, cool, I'm good, this is it. There's nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with, do your best shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just a bit of understanding that I have, that I've spoken to again with other folks, that I want to share this out here with y'all today to kind of help y'all maybe bridge that gap, like I said. Because when you sitting up here trying to achieve something that's, you know, better than what you normally would have, some people look at you like you this, you bougie, you trying to be upper crust, you trying to do all this and that and yeah. And again, I still stick by my whole thing of, okay, you just didn't achieve it because you didn't want to. I'm a firm believer in that, but like I said, this whole thing that I was talking about now just maybe help some people with some understanding. You know, maybe you can find a little bit more peace in it like I did, because I don't know. I just see it like, if you can do better, why not be better? You know what I'm saying? Why not do better? But that's all I really want to say. I want to end this again on the same note that I always do, because it's very important that I say this, is that everyone achieve your greatness. That's for my generation, the generation past then, you know what I'm saying, who's still trying to do what they can to just make it through their life and enjoy it to their fullest extent. You know what I'm saying? People who still trying to be their best version. That's really what I want to leave it off at. For those of you trying to become your best version of yourself, that means spiritually, mentally, financially, physically. When you trying to be the best you can possibly be, keep going for it. Don't let anybody stop you. You trying to get a good relationship, you trying to find you somebody who's really down for you, keep going for it. Don't give up on yourself, because you are amazing. You are greatness on legs. But yeah, y'all just take care. Stay smooth like butter, slick like hair grease.